For 10,000 years, the people of Ilion had flourished among the stars. Their homeworld, Lumia, was a utopia of towering crystal spires, floating gardens, and skybridges that shimmered with the glow of ancient wisdom. The Alioni were not conquerors nor warriors, but seekers of knowledge, artisans of the cosmos. Yet, even the most advanced civilizations cannot escape fate. A great cataclysm struck, an anomaly known as the Void Storm, a cosmic rift that spread like a plague, devouring entire star systems. No weapon, no technology could stop it. Lumia, the crown jewel of the Alioni, was doomed. In their final days, the Alioni made a desperate choice. They would flee. Massive arcships, each a self-sustaining world, were built to carry their people across the stars in search of a new home. As Lumia crumbled into nothingness, the last of the arcships broke free from its gravity well, carrying the remnants of a once great people into the unknown. The Alioni became cosmic refugees. Chapter 1. The Endless Voyage. The arcships sailed through the void, their people watching as the ruins of their home faded into the abyss. The first century passed in mourning. Entire generations lived and died aboard the ships, never knowing the touch of soil beneath their feet. Their history was preserved in the crystal archives, vast repositories of knowledge stored within each vessel. But the universe was cruel. World after world proved uninhabitable. Some were barren, lifeless rocks. Others were rich with life, but hostile to the Alioni. Even when they found habitable planets, they encountered civilizations that saw them not as fellow wanderers, but as a threat. They were turned away, rejected, even attacked. The Alioni, once scholars and artists, were forced to become survivors. As the centuries dragged on, their numbers dwindled. Some arcships vanished, lost to the cold grasp of space. Others were destroyed in battles against hostile species. Hope was fading. Then, after 3,000 years of wandering, they found it. A planet. Eldra. Chapter 2. The Last Hope. Eldra was unlike anything they had seen in centuries. Its sky burned gold at dusk, its oceans sparkled under twin moons, and its land pulsed with life. It was a world that could sustain them, a world where their children could run beneath an open sky. But they were not alone. The Eldri, a humanoid species in the early stages of civilization, called this world home. They lived in great stone cities, their culture rich with music, art, and tradition. They had not yet reached the stars, but they were intelligent, capable of great kindness and great fear. The Alioni had a choice. Take the planet by force, ensuring their survival but becoming conquerors. Seek peace, knowing they might be rejected once more. The council was divided. Some believed they had suffered enough. If the Eldri resisted, they would take what they needed. Others, led by the scholar Valus Aeron, argued that conquest would doom them. "We are refugees, not invaders," he declared. "If we take this world in blood, it will never be ours." Valus and his envoys descended to the surface, seeking diplomacy. Chapter 3. The War of the Skyborn. At first, the Eldri welcomed the visitors from the sky. They saw the Alioni as divine messengers, beings of wisdom who had come to teach them. But soon, fear and jealousy spread among the Eldri rulers. Whispers turned into accusations. The Skyborn seek to rule us. They will steal our world. A faction of Eldri warriors, known as the Red Blades, declared war. They saw the Alioni not as gods, but as conquerors waiting for the right moment to strike. The war was brutal. Though the Alioni had superior technology, they had neither the numbers nor the will to exterminate the Eldri. Battles raged across the continents, devastating both sides. Valus, heartbroken, sought another path. He met with Queen Soraya, ruler of the Eldri's largest kingdom. In secret, he proposed a union, a future where their peoples could coexist. But the Red Blades would never allow peace. In a final, desperate battle, they attacked the Ilion sanctuary, the last refuge of the refugees. Thousands perished, including Valus himself, who died defending a group of Eldri children from his own people's weapons. His death became legend. Queen Soraya, moved by his sacrifice, declared an end to the war. The Alioni would not be exiles any longer. Chapter 4. The New Dawn. The war ended, but not without scars. The Alioni were now part of Eldra, yet they were forever changed. They cast aside the title of refugees and embraced their new home. They became teachers, builders, healers. Over centuries, their knowledge merged with Eldari traditions, forging a new civilization, one that reached for the stars not as conquerors, but as dreamers. The arcships, once symbols of exile, were dismantled, their materials used to build cities that reached for the heavens. And in time, the children of both peoples stood together beneath a golden sky, gazing at the stars not as a prison, but as a promise. Epilogue. The end of the journey. 1,000 years after the Alioni arrived on Eldra, a young girl named Leora Aeron, a descendant of both peoples, stood upon the highest peak of the world. She looked to the night sky and whispered the words of her ancestor. "We are not exiles. We are not invaders. We are home." And for the first time in millennia, the stars no longer felt so distant. The end.